Here are your Facebook updates for October 27th, 2021. We got a lot of updates today, so brace yourself. First, Facebook, in the ever-going quest of improving their attribution, has announced improvements to attribution with some of these updates. So the conversion API, nothing new there, but the new thing is the conversion API gateway, which is a non-developer version of CAPI, and it's going to help CPA improvement of up to 8%, it says, if you're using both the Pixel and conversion API. That's pretty cool. Good little bump there, and that CPA improvement. Then aggregated event measurement tool, also something that came out earlier this year as part of the iOS 14 and privacy stuff. It's improved the reporting so you can see which ads led to purchases or app downloads. And they're releasing all this to make it easier for non-developer marketers. I'm kind of in between. I do these updates enough that I'm very familiar with a lot of these terms, but I'm not a developer. I'm more of that marketer. Like, what does all this mean? So, making it helpful for the non-developer folks here, and really just, hey, we just want to know what ads are working. We want to know what's working, where to best spend our money, right? Next, we talked a bit about this last week, and that's kind of been the theme recently, is Facebook's trying to keep things on its platform. So last week we had talked about some stuff with lead generation, and here's just other ways to further engage with your customers, your leads, your prospects, and that is through video and audio calling on Messenger. So instead of people having to call from a phone, they can call through Messenger. You can do live audio rooms. The suggestion they have is for, hey, if you got a live product announcement, you can get a lot of customers together to talk about that. You can do appointment booking, and they're expanding their appointment bookings globally to all businesses. So you can add that book now to your own page. So the availability of this is to select small businesses, at least for the video and audio calling. No limits on the appointment booking. And again, they're doing it to keep within the ecosystem to just make it better for the advertisers. Next, Snapchat, I don't know a ton about. I know it doesn't make nearly as much money as Facebook, but neither of these social media companies hit their revenue targets for the quarter. So I don't know what they're making exactly. I don't think it was $1 zillion. Maybe that's what they were shooting for. But some interesting things here, kind of comparing the difference between the two, saying that Facebook responded more quickly to Apple's changes, causing them to beat analyst expectations on earnings, but they missed revenue goals. And we've talked about Facebook and Google and how they're combating the privacy stuff and just really getting back on track with the attribution and being able to deliver ads that follows the privacy changes. Anyway, all this bottom line here is you'll probably get a higher ROI on your ads on larger platforms in the short run due to better data, but over time, it'll even out as smaller platforms like Snapchat. I'll throw Pinterest into the mix. Again, I don't know much about Pinterest as a platform, how much revenue they make, et cetera. But as Facebook and Google kind of lead the charge of being the first there, all these other companies will follow suit to level out the playing field. We got a two-parter here because there's just too many updates to fit onto one slide. So influencers and Instagram, we've talked about a lot. That's been a theme. I love how they're working with content creators and these influencers as well. Just help other people make some money. What's wrong with that? And so they're having a new section in the DMs of these influencers for partnership messages, so that these influencers can. They don't have to sift through potentially thousands of fans DMing them. So it'll be easier to find these requests. They can get priority placement. Businesses get the priority placement and skip the requests section. So that way that makes it easier for businesses and influencers to connect. Additional ad boost options. Of course, we know that they're always trying to promote that. Hey, this ad's working. Why don't you boost it? Businesses can now create Reels ads for branded content. Reels they created with the influencers. The next part of this is that shops for influencers who do affiliate marketing. So they're conducting a small test with some U.S. affiliates, allowing to showcase their shop on their Instagram profile and earn affiliate revenue through the native affiliate program. That seems kind of cool. And let's see the availability of all this stuff. Partnership DMs and affiliate shops will be available to select businesses at first. So expect an update in the coming weeks or months when that update will be, it's now available to everybody and not just a select group of businesses. Next, this article here on WordStream, which we have linked, written by Brett McHale, some tips on how to lower your ad costs. So nothing new. I feel like for a lot of the DD Pro folks here, we often talk about running different types of campaigns, rapid fire testing, testing audiences, ad creative, all that. And let's see what else he has to say. Again, read the full article, but the highlights here, lower the budget on the ad set level, launch new ones to test new audiences, enable all placements. I feel like we've been doing that for some time, but maybe haven't exactly reported on. Again, I feel like DD Pro folks would probably been doing that for quite some time. The conversion API we talked about in the earlier slide. So if you've got that plus the pixel, you should see that increase in your CPA, and avoid waste. So check out your audience overlaps, bidding strategies, ad fatigue, poorly made creative. Really just take a look at what your best creative is and keep working on that. So avoid bad creative. That's nothing new. Brett McHale. And if you happen to be watching this, I apologize. I'm sure you're a very brilliant person because you wrote an article about all this. I'll just move on. And we got the lightning round. Ding, 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 ding. Woohoo, lightning round. Look at all these lightnings. Facebook got some augmented reality coming to Facebook Messenger, creating some interesting possibility for social e-commerce. This one I love. Hey, that's a cool jacket. Find me one like that. I've often thought that with businesses in general. And there are some ways that I've done that where, I'll like a business on Facebook and see what the suggestions are. Because sometimes it's like, okay, this business isn't particularly for me, but I want something similar to it. So it looks like you've got that with search for similar products feature, which I'm definitely going to be using this holiday season. The list of Facebook papers that have been released so far. So I pulled this up because I was like, man, that sounds like a documentary or something. But what this is, it's the Facebook papers represents a unique collaboration between 17 American news organizations, including the Associated Press, working together to gain access to thousands of pages of internal documents obtained by Frances Haugen, the whistleblower. So it's really talking a lot. I'm looking at some of the ones that have been released. It's, nothing really good that I'm seeing like pro Facebook on here. So check out that. You'll learn a lot about what's going on behind closed doors, I feel like. Nothing new here. We've all known this. That we got this graph linked up. Yeah, Facebook is for older generation, and the graph and the data backs that. You can show that to your clients if they're skeptical. And then lastly, reactions are greater than likes on Facebook. So the reactions being, the love, the caring one, the angry one, the sad one, the wow one, pretty much anything other than the classic blue thumbs up. And what that is almost like how you'd like maybe do a weighted average, where a like might be worth 1 point, but then the angry one was worth like 5. And so that's how they look at the engagement, not just the number of reactions in general, but which reactions specifically it got on there to determine how much they're going to continue to show that post. Man, I feel like, do I got more? No, I don't. That was a lot. Really appreciate you guys. I'll see you next week. Hey, it's Paul, voice behind your weekly Facebook updates. If you like this video and want to stay in the know of all things Facebook related, hit subscribe. And also while you're at it, hit that bell so you're the first to know each time we drop a new video. And lastly, if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up.